the camper, you bet.
The next topic we probably, there's been rumors going on that there's a possibility of a war, and not just any war. We might be headed into Cold War 2.0, the next phase.
Yeah.
Many would say that we're already in it.
I about to say most
Yeah,
really, but those who really are in tune on the journalism level and everything else, they definitely would tell you it's looking like it.
absolutely. Providing the escalating sanctions will indeed deepen and institutionalize and prolong a catastrophic event that will be more severe than the first. That needs to be understood. So initially, the U.S. was providing economic sanctions. So initially, trying to get the U.S. to provide the economic sanctions and weaponry for the Ukraine borders has been a necessity, but there has been a lack of sense of urgency from the Biden administration. Um, the objective has and will be to deter Vladimir Putin and the troops of Russia from invading the Ukraine.
Hmm.
But consequently, that would put our ass on notice with Mother Russia, which is one of our overly popular and fully armed adversaries. Now, word from DC, they have it as like Biden's approach kind of depends solely on what Putin does and causing havoc onto the Eastern Europe. So, like, let's say Putin keeps popping off and threatening a full-scale invasion, then it's only necessary to accommodate that energy, especially if they're intending to rattle and shake the shit with the allies that are stemmed up from preventing the Ukraine from joining the NATO. And it's widely evident that a Russian invasion could then shatter the very fabric of the alliance that we have maintained to keep peace from all these years. And it's kind of stated from Capitol Hill, from many sources, that Biden's got to be a little bit more assertive about this. And for whatever reason, he's just not. So, history lesson for y'all children. If we go back in high school, you remember that the Cold War was a geographical clashing between the United States and the Soviet Union. In which case, it was an unsettled effect from World War II. So if you think about it,
Right.
it was one of the longest lasting periods of uncertainty in our country. And that stems from the 1940s into the early 1990s. And it was based off ideological and geopolitical struggles for global influence.
Hmm.
Kind of competition like who got the biggest dick, literally. Pause. And it was sorted from various categories, such as nuclear arsenal development, which shaped the warfare as we know it today, a conventional military deployment, the struggle for dominance expressed by psychological warfare and propaganda campaigns, espionage, and rivalry, and the sports events which cultivated the culture of what we know now.
Hmm.
And the technological pursuits, like who could get to the moon, better known as a space race.
Right.
You know, as I'm reading this, I'm hoping that y'all just take, mental notes on everything that's being stated and how in actuality it's crazy that history does repeat itself.
It's always repeating itself.
always. So
This shit ain't nothing new underneath the sun.
it's really something to think about. And we all older now, so we can't sit here and watch cartoons while our parents watch the news because this shit affects our lives. Just the idea of a Cold War in this day and time is very unnecessary. We already got so much shit going on over
The
here.
World War is unnecessary because really, it's you understand this is bigger than just Russia and the United States.
Yeah.
Like we hear the headlines and see them day in day out. You know what I mean? Because even now is they're pushing troops up on the Ukraine border. Even Russia started with it. They put up 100,000 almost troops at
Yeah.
one point. You know what I'm saying? If not more already. So they're deciding to push. They're not playing.
Right.
And Biden and you know what I mean. What is it, Putin? Over
Putin.
there? Yeah, he, they're trying to figure out what to do right now as presidents of each other's nations, but nobody's coming to common ground. It seems like, 'cause it seems it's more like United States threatening, from what I'm hearing, been seeing, watching on CNN, hearing in other news reports, that Biden is more, threatening. Like, I wish you would go over there and put them. I wish you would go over there and get that country. And of course, with United States sticking his chest out and having NATO, you know what I mean, over there, those other European countries is trying to do the same thing.
Right.
But you don't understand that Russia got allies too,
Sure does.
right? So if Russia go to war, guess what? We also got beef with China still. That's why it's mind-boggling that they got this sun that they making, because we don't know if they trying to do something with that energy, and
Exactly.
so and they can do whatever they want over there. They ain't, you know what I mean? They ain't got no, they leaders and jurisdictions go into different realms when it comes to technology and advancement, as opposed to where we're at over here with the checks and balances that we have.
The sad reality is nobody want to fuck with China.
Right? And
China is the
but look,
biggest dog in the
but Pete, this
yard.
right? Guess who else fuck with them? North Korea.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So now you talking about three nuclear arsenal out motherfuckers, and then guess who also don't fuck with the U.S.? Iran, and Iran
Yeah, exactly.
fucks with Russia, China, and North Korea with the nukes. Because Russia was giving her, you know what I mean, them from the jump back in the day.
A friend of my enemy is what is it again?
The friend of my enemy, no, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. So on to more theatrical shit. We at the end of another football season
Yeah, in America,
in America.
as Americans do,
Playoffs, man. Playoffs.
they play football.
Yeah, dog. Have you watched the games this week? This past weekend?
Yo, these playoffs is the most latest playoffs
For real.
I've seen probably ever. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This probably the most latest playoffs I've ever seen.
But before we get into the theatrics and the excitement, we need to take a moment to acknowledge a Hall of Famer, a legend, somebody that has touched our hearts and has shaped our childhood in some way or another. If you play fucking video games, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
definitely
need to say
a
rest in
legend.
peace to John Madden. You know what I mean? Like that's sad. That's a sad loss. True sad loss. Our prayers and wishes are to him and his family. You know, all his loved ones. It's pretty rough.
Lifelong lived though, for sure.
Definitely.
Definitely a legend in many, everyone's eyes. Game to sell, big numbers. The crossover kept relevant for, damn near 40 years. Did his coaching job, you know what I'm saying? Never losing season.
Hmm.
Legend, GOAT.
Straight go.
For sure.
Let's.
Definitely be missed in the game of football forever.
Yeah, man. Shoot. You want to go over the playoff, the road to the Super Bowl?
Bro, to the Super Bowl, man, you saying like who you think gonna be there?
I mean,
Cause how I'm saying it, so this season, of course, our team, we about to get a new name though, so that's the best thing about this.
in approximately 2 weeks,
Yep.
22.
2-2-22. What I'm
Deuce, deuce.
I don't know what the name is. Many been saying, you know what I'm saying, the Commanders and then the
Thinking it's the Red
Admiral.
Tails, man.
The who?
Red Tails.
Red Tails. That's what you've been hearing heavily.
Thinking it's the Red Tails, man. I'm
Red
thinking they
Tails.
gonna do some shit to like, since they already had an offense of doing something against a culture, against a race, they're gonna try to, fix that by uplifting another race.
Right.
Like I just feel like that's gonna be the given right there. And if
Right.
I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But two tears in the
Now the
bucket.
Red Tails
Fuck.
would be dope. That would be hard because it would still be HTTR. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? And that would be dope for the culture if you know about the Tuskegee Airmen and everything and the Red Tails. That would be dope.
But nigga, I was really going for the Red Wolves, dog. I really
Yeah, but I
was.
was also hearing about that as well.
I want the Red Wolves so bad, but they said, nah, y'all can
I
y'all
was
y'all can
actually
kick
hearing I was
rocks.
hearing that heavy though too. I was hearing that heavy too, Red Wolf. So that's
They
why
made an announcement like a few weeks ago, and they said that that's not going to be the name.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that
I know.
shit's so still disheartening.
We still gotta see though. We don't know. We don't know what it might be.
That's true.
We really don't. That's what I like. I know they gonna present it on I don't know why, what is it, USA Today, but hey, get that publicity how you get it. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Do your third dizzle. Just make sure it's right. And
Uh,
get the team together. That's the most important thing, whatever the name really is. Get the team together. 'Cause we were right there, bro. I feel like for us, we just had a little miscues with COVID
Oh my
and
gosh, dog!
but it would have been, I feel like we just repeated last season, and the things that we needed to do was win. Like we couldn't really take L's this season like we did last season. Trying to figure shit out, trying to put things in place. No, you know what I mean. You got to really advance, pay attention, hold down to see who's really making plays and who's not, and get them in the position to play. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. At the end of the day, is to me, everybody, we don't have enough playmakers. We don't have enough, defensive wise, we do.
Yeah,
Offensive wise, we got enough to keep things moving. You know what I mean? And I feel like if we had Fitzpatrick the whole season, things I think could have been different, way better. Because you're talking about somebody who's seasoned, who's veteran, who knows how to throw a little bit more. You know what I mean? Realize this is Heineke's.
we still
Realize what
gotta
this
give
is.
Heineke his props
I
though for
mean,
trying.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
it's his first realized season. It's his rookie season, kind of.
Yeah.
Really, you don't understand. He really didn't have a full season to do anything. He showed out in a playoff game, which is crazy, but he didn't do enough to get the dub. And when you don't have somebody seasoned enough behind who you thought was supposed to start, now you start to get the woes of, all right, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And that's what we really came up on this year is, you know what I mean? We didn't have, I feel like the veteran suave, the veteran, lineage to say, hey, I know how to control the game. Let's go out and go
Yeah.
get the dub. So, now definitely, you know what I'm saying? We've seen the Cowboys do their thing this season, but yes, we saw, you know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
throw
saying?
an audible
It,
right
it, it,
now, nigga.
it got stopped short. So, but,
Nah, fuck that, dog. What was the last game? You know what? We just because we petty and this is our show, and even if you are listening, we thank you for listening. But if you're a Cowboy fan, this is a automatic fuck you right now because let's make this understood. That last game, they were throwing trash at these motherfuckers as they were walking off the field.
They throw trash.
Play that footage real quick, nigga.
They-
Play that footage. Oh, that was beautiful. I don't care if we did bad in our season. Let's make it understood. Our team, our fans don't throw trash at us, bitch.
They said they was throwing trash at the ref, but I don't
From
know.
certain angles.
As I said, I
That's
don't know.
something else. I don't know.
I don't know. We never do that to our team.
Hell nah.
Uh, I love it. This season has been a wild one, man. It really has. It's been a wild season. Good season. See certain teams who we thought wasn't gonna make it bounce back, and certain teams sneak in there. So definitely, you seen Brady and Mahomes make it through, but not all the way as you seen. And you seen Aaron Rodgers as usual, but he got clipped up. You know what I mean? So
Man.
he
I'll let you
Brady.
say your piece on Rodgers. I got something for this one.
To see Brady and Rodgers go, it's like, wow, this really is different. Like you coming in, and then Big Ben Roethlisberger too, not being there and get knocked out early.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and there's no Drew Brees,
Nah.
there's no what's your boy Andrew Luck. So yeah, you missing out on a couple who we thought was going to still be there maybe for another year or so, and then I don't know who else, you know what I'm saying? Watson's still going through his legal scares. And now you're seeing really a lot of rookies having to step up or, no names. Kirk Cousins maybe is holding it down in Minnesota a little bit, but
We should never let Kirk go. I just want to make that understood, man. Kirk, if you ever watch this
it's
and you listening, man, dog, we needed you, dog. They did you wrong, my dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
that's all that they talk about. He ain't really, he ain't really doing too much in Minnesota either, so I can't say that he needed to go or not. I just feel like that would have been a key for certain things, but that's a different day.
Yeah.
So don't behold, these playoffs been lit, man. The Super Bowl, who I think might go, who I see maybe, is the Chiefs and the Rams. Is what it's looking like.
I'm thinking that right now too.
It's looking like that. Looking like the Chiefs and the Rams. I like the Bengals spark. I like the 49ers spark. I like all of that. I like the way that they root, going ham for the underdogs. I love the young fire in Joe Burrow. The man he dedicated to football for sure. You could tell. You know what I mean? He might be the next Brady for real. The way he moving, and maybe something a little bit more if he stays healthy along the way. But he definitely he looking good. It's gonna be good to see who comes out on top because we never know. Anything can happen.
Yeah, man. I gotta definitely give it to the Bengals for being the underdogs, man. They've only made what, two appearances ever in history, right? And the last time was like what, 30 years ago?
I ain't know there was only two appearances, but I know the last time that they played in the playoffs and won was 91, and then before that, for them reaching the AFC Championship, um was it like 88 or something like that? They said that shit is crazy to me to see that.
I believe in Cincinnati, but you still got a lot of ways to go. But seeing is believing,
Right.
and you're definitely making things acknowledgeable for someone to notice. So that's understood. Funny how you mentioned the shit though with Rogers. You know, the fact that he takes accountability for his loss, which is rightfully so. But given the fact that he did the bullshit with COVID. You know how look, I'm not even gonna be disrespectful to no NFL player, but this is just facts that I'm basing everything off, like legitimate facts, not even just opinions, right here. If you are a person that was BSing about COVID, if you are a person that always lied, I don't say lies, but you always whining and bitching, it's kind of like you have this schoolgirl attention-seeking habit about you. You know, every season you doing stupid shit like that, and then you're always blaming the management for this. You know, some people would actually believe that this loss for Green Bay is fucking karma to his bullshit. You know,
Yeah, I can see where you say that.
that it's really fucking crazy, man. But the only thing I want to acknowledge, man, I want to acknowledge just two fucking games, man. The first one, like we gotta make it understood with, I believe the Chiefs are going, and like you said, I believe the Rams are going. 31 points in 6 minutes of a play.
Them boys was moving the ball, bro.
What the fuck? Yo,
Them boys was moving the ball. That game, that Bills and Chiefs game.
most exciting game of the season, period.
Fact.
Period. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then 13 seconds for the
30
win, dog.
seconds, bro. He went right back down. He got the field. It was the field goal. He got the field goal. They wasn't even there. He got the win. He got the field goal. They was up.
Let's make this understood, nigga. Mahomes right now is the best fucking player, the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, now the Brady's out. Yeah.
He holds the crown. This chief quarterback is now the big chief. Yes, pun intended and everything. Yes, he holds that. He holds that weight. Now, we also have to acknowledge the loser, Josh Allen.
Oh, they both great quarterbacks.
Yes, like you know what I'm saying? Like from
That's
now
not
on,
right.
this is the dawning of a new future, I believe. Like I feel like it's gonna always be against them. Like, hold up, wasn't it back in the 90s? Brady and fucking Manning.
Yeah, or yeah, late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah,
Yeah, they would always wanna like, you know, like you
early
always thinking that those are the two
But
cornerstone.
remember, if you go back from, you know what I'm saying, when we covered it in season one, we were talking about it was really like Montana and the other boy,
That's right.
Dan Marino.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's really who was quarterback. You know, so we already talked about, you know, Mahomes, the young go. We already gave him his prize. We already know. But Allen, that's the one, like I said, and
Allen's next.
Burrow, like I said to me, Burrow,
Cincinnati dude.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, those are gonna be the top three people from now on, man. Like
I think
it's showing.
Burrow about it because he definitely he did it. You know, he broke records for Cincinnati and this year and stuff. So, and I think in the NFL, I think he did whatever Mahomes one of I think Mahomes records or whatever, or he did something that Mahomes didn't do, something like that, bro.
Yeah,
He got a record this year. So Burrow's on his way up next.
he's on his way, but that's only if.
He stay healthy.
Not even that. If
Yeah.
he wins the next game,
Oh yeah, that too.
that's it. That's
Oh yeah,
it's
for sure.
affirmed.
Oh
It's
yeah,
it's
for
it's, it's
sure.
done.
Yeah,
He
for sure.
will be that third. He will be that next person. Like
That's
no questions asked, man.
I
Josh
definitely would
Allen.
like that. I would definitely like to see that if the Bengals get in there, that'd be crazy.
That would be real crazy, man. You know,
That
Josh Allen. You know, 2 playoff games, 9 touchdown passes with no interceptions. What was it? 637 yards for passing, 134 yards for rushing, 9 out of 9 touchdowns in the red zone. You know, the Bills lost due to the lack of defense. That's all I could say for that game,
yeah,
man.
sure. I mean, it definitely wasn't a defensive game at all.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all, bro.
It was a clinic.
It was definitely but the thing is, it wasn't because that the defenses weren't any good. That wasn't
Yeah,
the issue. You know, it was the fact that these offenses are really high octane, powerful offense, and they will really rip you up in a heartbeat,
Exactly,
as you
man.
can see.
Now,
That definitely was a classic game.
we can't sadly say the same thing for the Rams and the Bucks situation.
Well, no, hell no.
Not at all.
Tom
Like,
Brady. Tom Brady was trying. He had it was a good ass game too. It was
yes, it was a good game because he did
definitely
everything he's
yeah.
supposed to do. He tied the game when he was sitting on. By the time he got back sitting down, right? You know what I mean? So that was like they were down 27-3.
I know it
Was
was
that
20-3. It was 23 at one point, and then they came back
right?
like 27-13 when it went at one point, and then Brady took off, got it tied back up. I was like, good lord.
Yes.
And then next thing I know, the Rams took off, and I don't understand it, right?
Yo,
That one play, that's all it took, right down the middle. They cut had it. I was just like, yep, y'all messed up right there, bro.
the freaking Bucks are always they like what they known to be so blitz happy.
Well, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, so
And
blitz happy, man. And when you're fucking with Matt Stafford, a person who thrives at this shit, like
yeah, that's a
he's
fact.
shown that all
That's a fact.
season long.
Not even that. He's had previous seasons where he's done it before. He's
Exactly,
definitely
man.
produced. He's seasoned enough for this moment and these moments. So that's why it's like, why even give him that opportunity, especially when you have a defense that is supposed to be known for being disciplined or being strict or being, that defense. So it's like crazy to see. But they definitely gave up a big play that messed up their whole future.
We need to take a moment and acknowledge one person, one significant person who doesn't get any motherfucking credit, but I think he deserves credit from now on.
Who owe that?
Cooper motherfucking Cup.
Oh nah, Cooper definitely that dude. Cooper that been that
Leads the league in catches and yards and touchdowns
got the triple
across the
crown.
board, nigga.
Got the triple crown for receiving.
Shit, man.
He
Like
definitely.
y'all been sleeping on this nigga. Like, what the fuck?
But I know everybody better leave Odell alone.
Oh yeah, true. Definitely.
I
Better leave
know they
Odell
better leave
alone.
Odell alone, boy. They better leave that man alone. That's a whole different day to talk about that, but they better
Right.
leave that man alone.
Shit, man.
Yeah, football been good, man.
So y'all want to make y'all bets, man, or whatever like that? Holler at us. Hit us on IG, man. Hit us on Facebook, man. Like we said, we looking at the Chiefs and Rams, man. So what's up?
It's the time for you bastard.